Welcome to Adventures in Surgical Weight Loss with Dr. R. I'm Dr. Richard Rasmussen. I'm a general and bariatric surgeon, and my goal with this podcast is to bring you stories of patients who've had surgical weight loss. As a bariatric surgeon, I take care of a lot of patients who undergo surgery to lose weight, and one of the things I really enjoy the most is when they come in and share with me the successes they've had. And so I get to hear these stories a lot, and I want to share them. I want other people to be able to have the opportunity to hear from others. And my hope through this podcast is not just to share all the great, fantastic details of these stories, but the hard parts and what was difficult and what different points came up, or what different obstacles came up for patients as they work through the process. So as an introduction, just a little bit about who I am. As I mentioned, I'm a general and bariatric surgeon. So a general surgeon, some people ask me, what does a general surgeon mean? You just do general things. What it is, general surgeons were the original surgeons. They did everything. They did everything from tonsils to chest surgery, broken bones. And then as medicine became more specialized and different specialties kind of took their area of the body, general surgeons confined down to the abdomen. So basically, I'm a belly surgeon. I operate in the belly. And bariatrics is just a fancy term for weight loss. A bariatric surgeon is a weight loss surgeon. My undergraduate degree was at Brigham Young University in Provo, Utah, and then I went to medical school at the University of Utah in Salt Lake City. I then did a 5-year surgical residency in Phoenix at the Phoenix Integrated Surgical Residency. And my passion has always been minimally invasive surgery, meaning doing operations through small little incisions. So for years, I've done operations laparoscopically, and more recently, almost all of what I do is actually done robotically. So same small incisions, but I'm using a robot and controlling the robot to actually do the operations. And that's an interesting topic for another time. But I love doing complex operations through these small incisions. Quite honestly, when I left surgical residency, there's an opportunity when you're done with residency to do a fellowship, and a fellowship is just additional training with kind of more subspecialization. And the only surgical subspecialty that interested me was a minimally invasive fellowship. And in those fellowships, you get to do more complex, minimally invasive cases. But when I looked at the numbers I had on a lot of those complex things, such as a splenectomy, adrenalectomy, which is taking out an adrenal gland, taking out a spleen, I had as good a numbers as I could expect to get from a fellowship just from residency. And so really what fellowship was going to offer me was to do bariatric surgery, because a lot of fellowships are heavy in bariatric because these are complex operations, and you do them minimally invasively. And at the time, I believe I probably audibly said this. I said, well, I'm never going to do weight loss surgery, so it doesn't really make much sense to do a fellowship. And so for the first 5-6 years of practice after I left residency, that was the case. And the community I live in, there wasn't a lot of availability for weight loss surgery. And the hospital asked us if we wanted to do that and add that to the offerings for the county. And none of us had the experience or the interest in doing it. Well, then I had a partner, Dr. David Watts, who finished his career in the military and was looking to come back to Utah. He had been doing weight loss surgery for about 15 years prior to that. And so as we interviewed him and considered him to come and join us, he had that expertise. And so we spoke with the hospital and said, hey, we've got somebody coming with this expertise. Do you want to start up a program? And they were very interested. And so he took the lead as our medical director in starting the program. Well, in a lot of operations, it's good to have an assistant, good to have somebody help you. And so since I love minimally invasive surgery, and that's really where weight loss surgery is these days, I said, hey, I'll be your assistant. I'll help you out. I'll be on the other side of the table and help you do these operations. And so I went with him to a refresher course to do gastric bypass. Of course, he already knew how to do them. I had done a little bit of training of that in residency, but we went and did that. And then as we got into it, lap bands were very popular at the time. And so we felt like we needed to at least have that as an option for patients. And so we went and did the training, and I said, okay, I'll be the band guy. I'll put the bands in, you do the bypasses. And shortly after that, sleeve gastrectomies came onto the scene and started gaining in popularity. So we both went and did some training to do sleeve gastrectomies. And somewhere in that process, I started seeing patients and agreed to do some patients. And it was really the patients coming back and sharing with me their stories and their experiences that got me hooked. As they told me about being able to play with their children or grandchildren, or go skiing again, or running, or any of a variety of things that they hadn't been able to do for years, and now they were able to do it again, was what really I guess got me hooked on bariatric surgery, and so I kind of went in full steam and have been doing that since about 2009, 2010 in practice. Dr. Watts has since retired. I am now our medical director for our bariatric program, and we've just I have enjoyed the opportunity to take care of patients and help them find this success. So I hope you enjoy listening to these different stories and the different experiences that patients have had. If you are considering weight loss surgery, I hope this is motivating for you. I hope it's educational. You can find this podcast on Apple, Spotify, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio. I also have a YouTube channel under Dr. R. Richard Rasmussen, where you can find the videos of these different interviews. And also on that YouTube channel, I include some patient education for other procedures that I do. And I also do some robotic training. So you'll find some of those videos if any of that is interesting. I do have a Facebook page, an Instagram and TikTok account where I post some. Mostly it's just the shorts of these video interviews, but they are different ways to connect with me if you'd like. So hopefully you will enjoy Adventures in Surgical Weight Loss with Dr. R.